Welcome to my channel Bookish English. Let me ask you something. Can you really use English, or are you just learning it? In the next few minutes, you will test your real ability, not your memory, not your notes, but your true skill. You might be stronger than you think, or you might discover something surprising. Stay till the end, because this moment can change how you learn forever. Chapter 1: The Truth. There is something I want to say to you, and I want you to listen carefully, not with fear, but with honesty. You've been learning English for a long time, maybe months, maybe even years, and yet when the moment comes to speak, your mind becomes quiet, your heart beats faster, and you feel unsure about yourself. You understand some words, you recognize sentences, but when it is your turn to speak, something inside you stops you, and you start thinking, maybe I am not good enough. Maybe I need more grammar. Maybe I need more vocabulary. Maybe I am just not ready yet. But let me tell you something very clearly. The problem is not your effort, the problem is not your intelligence, and the problem is definitely not your ability to learn. The real problem is that you have never truly seen where you stand. Most learners walk in the dark. They study, they watch videos, they read books, but they never stop and ask themselves one simple question. What can I actually do in English right now? Not what I studied yesterday, not what I will learn tomorrow, but what I can do today, in this moment. And because this question is never answered, confusion begins to grow. You start comparing yourself with others. You see someone speaking better than you, and you feel behind. You see someone struggling more than you, and you feel a little better, but still unsure. Your progress feels unclear, like you are moving but you do not know in which direction. And this is where everything changes, because today is not about learning more. Today is not about adding new words or new rules to your mind. Today is about discovery. Today is about clarity. Today is about looking at your English, not as a student who is always trying to improve, but as a person who is ready to see the truth. Because once you see the truth, everything becomes easier. You stop guessing. You stop doubting. You start understanding yourself. This test that you are about to experience is simple, but do not underestimate it. Simple things often show the deepest truths. This test will not try to trick you. It will not use difficult words to confuse you. Instead, it will quietly show you what your brain does when it meets English. Does your mind respond quickly, or does it pause? Do you feel confident, or do you feel pressure? Do you understand meaning, or do you search for translation? These small reactions will tell you everything you need to know. And here is something very important that most learners never realize. People do not fail because they are weak. They fail because they never test themselves honestly. They stay in a comfortable place where they feel like they are learning, but they are not really challenging their ability. They keep collecting knowledge, but they never check if that knowledge is alive inside them. And without this check, without this moment of truth, progress becomes slow and unclear. So I want you to make a small decision right now. Do not judge yourself during this journey. Do not say, this is too easy, or this is too hard. Just observe. Just notice. Just be present. Because this is not a test where you pass or fail. This is a mirror. It is showing you where you are, so you can clearly see where you need to go next. You are not alone in this feeling. Every fluent speaker you admire was once in this same place. They also felt confused. They also felt unsure. The only difference is that at some point, they stopped running from the truth and started facing it. They began to notice their mistakes, understand their level, and slowly build their confidence from there. And today, you are doing the same thing. So stay with me. Do not leave halfway, because each part of this journey will reveal something new about your English. With every small step, you will understand yourself better, and by the end, you will not just feel like a learner anymore, you will feel like someone who knows where they stand and knows where they are going. This is your turning point. Not tomorrow, not next week, but today. Right now, in this moment, you are choosing clarity over confusion, awareness over guessing, and growth over fear. And that decision alone is more powerful than you think. Chapter 2. First test. Now we begin. This is the moment when you stop only watching and start discovering. Do not worry, because this first test is very simple, very gentle, and made especially for beginners. I do not want to scare you. I do not want to confuse you. I want to help you see how your English mind works when it meets easy, everyday language. That is why this first test is not full of difficult grammar, long sentences, or strange vocabulary. It is built from normal life, the kind of English you can hear in a home, in a classroom, in a shop, on the street, or in a simple conversation. And that is exactly why it matters so much. Because if your foundation is strong, your future English will become strong too. So take a deep breath and relax your mind. You do not need to write anything down unless you want to. You do not need to panic if you do not know every answer. Just listen carefully, or if you are reading, read slowly and honestly. Answer inside your mind. Do not rush. This is not a race. It is not a competition. It is just a clear moment between you and your real level, and that moment is very valuable. Because many learners spend years studying without ever slowing down enough to notice what they truly understand and what they only think they understand. Let us begin with something easy. I will give you a sentence, and I want you to notice what happens inside your mind when you hear it. Here is the first one. I drink tea every morning before work. Very simple, right? Now ask yourself, did you understand it immediately? Or did your brain stop for a second and translate each word into your first language? Did you feel the meaning quickly, like a picture in your mind? Or did you build the meaning word by word? Both answers are important. If you understood it easily, that is wonderful. If you needed a little time, that is also useful. Because now you are seeing your process. Here is the second sentence. My sister is cooking dinner in the kitchen. Again, very normal English. Nothing difficult. But now I want you to answer a small question in your mind. Who is cooking dinner? If your answer came quickly, that is a strong sign that your understanding is active, not sleepy. If you felt confused for a moment, that is fine too. Because confusion is not your enemy. Confusion is information. It is showing you where your attention becomes weak, and once you know that, you can improve it. Now let us try another one. They went to the market yesterday and bought some fruit. Here is your question. Did they go tomorrow or yesterday? This may look too easy, and that is exactly why it is powerful. Most people think this part is easy, but they make small mistakes that show a bigger problem. Sometimes learners understand many words, yet still miss the time, the action, or the real meaning. And when that happens in real conversation, they feel lost without knowing why. So do not laugh at simple tests. Simple tests reveal deep truth. Now I want you to notice something else. How are you feeling while doing this? Are you relaxed? Or are you already afraid of making mistakes? Are you enjoying this? Or are you putting pressure on yourself? Your feelings matter because English is not only about words, it is also about your reaction. Many learners know more than they think, but fear makes them slow. Their mind becomes heavy, not because they are weak, but because they are tense. So if you feel nervous, do not judge yourself. Just notice it. Awareness is power. The moment you notice your reaction, you begin to take control of it. Let us continue. Read this sentence carefully. The boy is under the table because he is looking for his shoe. Now answer this. Where is the boy? Under the table or near the door? And why is he there? Again, this is everyday English. This is the kind of understanding that builds real confidence. Because when you can catch meaning in easy sentences, you start building speed. And speed matters. Not the speed of speaking like a machine, but the speed of understanding without fear. Here is another one. I cannot come with you today because I have a lot of homework. Now answer this in your mind. Why can this person not come? Because they are sick or because they have homework. Very simple. But I want you to notice whether your answer came naturally or whether you had to think too hard. That small difference matters. It tells you whether your English is becoming alive inside you or still sleeping in memory. And let me encourage you here with all honesty. If you understand easily, that is great. You should feel proud, not arrogant, but quietly proud, because it means your foundation is growing. And if you feel confused, that is also great, because now you are aware. Before this moment, maybe you only had doubt. Now you have evidence. Before this moment, maybe you only felt lost. Now you can say,